So EA Star Wars exclusivity deal is finally coming to a close. But doesn't mean Star Wars games are, because it looks like Ubisoft is developing their own open world game. Let's talk about it.
In a VGC article by Andy Robinson, EA Star Wars exclusivity set to end as Lucasfilms partners with Ubisoft. Massive is working on an open-world Star Wars game. EA previously claimed 10 years exclusivity. According to EA CEO Andrew Wilson, he was saying the company intends to double down on the Star Wars license following a string of recent successful game releases. Just because they're not exclusive to EA, it doesn't mean EA won't be producing Star Wars games in the future. They'll still be producing Star Wars games, just,
Yeah, there's just no more exclusive to like one specific developer.
Yeah. EA has been doing a pretty good job with Star Wars games lately, right? They did
maybe.
They did
it depends who you ask and what games you're referring to.
Battlefront 2 was the one that everyone is sort of familiar with because of they had that controversy with the DLCs and the loot boxes and stuff like that.
Correct.
But they managed to turn things around with Jedi Fallen Order. That was a very, very good game. And then recently they released Star Wars Squadron for a surprising, $40 retail price.
With no microtransactions.
Microtransactions, yes. But you played it, and you said that it's the game is actually fairly short.
I guess the appeal of it eventually wears off. The fact that you can't do that much customizations also kind of hinders it a little bit. But that's probably why they made it so cheap and they, omitted the microtransaction, because that's what you get. You get what you pay for. So they decided to take out some of the stuff that we probably wanted from it in order to keep it in that $40 price range. But I know for sure that they wanted to kind of make a piece to Disney in their license with Star Wars after the Battlefront 2 debacle. Because a lot of people were like, the huge controversy, obviously, we talked about before. So they want to kind of step it up a little bit with their games, so that way they can renew their contract with Disney for even more exclusive games. And that's probably why the last few games have been good, because their contract was ending.
Okay, so here's an interesting line here. This is what a lot of people are sort of upset about. The massive Star Wars project is being helmed by Julian Garrity, director of the first two Division games, and will be powered by the studio's Snowdrop engine. Development on the new game is said to have started nearly a year ago. So for any fans of the Division, I've played the first Division with a couple of friends. Haven't played the second one. I know like it has like a pretty strong following. It seems like plans for Division 3 might be put on hold now because
because of Star Wars?
Yeah, because like they're redirecting their resources to whatever Star Wars games that they're going to be developing.
Correct.
So kind of a bad news for Division fans. What other games are they working on? Do you know?
Well, this is from the Division, the Massive Entertainment. So let's see here. According to this, they're only working on a couple of titles: the Avatar game, an untitled Avatar game, based around James Cameron and Avatar, and of course the Star Wars game we mentioned. That's pretty much it. Just those two games, really. The one concern I have, though, I'm not sure if you pointed this out or not, but when it comes to Ubisoft games, perfect examples, like the Assassin's Creed games, they're pretty much copy and paste in terms of the mechanics, the gameplay, and all of that. And a lot of people are worried and that they're just going to like take the Division and just spray in and powder coat in some Star Wars references and stuff like that. And a lot of Star Wars fans don't want that. They want something a little bit more like the RPG, the Old Republic type style games. Yeah. Obviously, they can't do that because another company owns that IP, but something similar to that extent.
That's a very good point. They were saying how Ubisoft is planning on doing an open world game I don't even really know what that means, to be honest.
I mean, Assassin's Creed's open world. If they want to say open world,
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but you also have to keep in mind, like, it has to be set in the Star Wars universe, right? So there has to be some sort of like space, space travel and stuff like that. I don't know if they specified whether it's going to be like a multiplayer game or is it going to be a single player game.
that's true. We don't know
Um,
that. Yeah.
because like the way I see it, it might be like maybe you work as like a mercenary or something like that, and you travel from planet to planet or something, doing jobs and
Hmm.
following a story or something like that.
What I hope for is something more like the to kind of like spin off the Mandalorian series into something, make it to like
Mm.
more not really Jedi focused too much, but more like the underground, like the bounty hunter aspect of it.
You mean
And
like
I think that
the non Jedi's and stuff like that?
exactly they can feature Jedi's in there somehow as maybe like a boss, and you have to like I don't like an evil Jedi or like one of the main bosses, but they have to like instead of fighting head on because obviously they'll die with their dark powers and whatnot, their dark Jedi powers. Yeah, something like that. That's what I hope for.
I mean, you bring up a really good point, though. I feel like the direction where this game should go should be like non Jedi related. Because I feel like Jedi's have been overused in Star Wars movies and video games and stories and stuff like that, and
Exactly.
it would be a pretty good idea to focus on non Jedi related stuff. Like I think that's the reason why the Mandalorian is pretty popular. It's
I mean,
well,
don't forget also they're also making a the Rogue Squadrons movie as well, is it a TV show? I forget.
yeah.
Um,
I mean
so
that's another idea. Like they can sort of maybe tie it together with like the TV shows, the spin-offs that are coming out that Disney
yeah,
is
Boba
developing.
Fett TV show as well. Don't forget that.
Yeah, like there's Boba Fett. You can tie it in with the Mandalorians. Do you think that this decision to break away from exclusivity with EA is a good idea?
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. Obviously, I'm a big component of like competition in a way where like competition drives innovation. That's kind of like I think the expression used. But because the same applies to like Madden exclusivity and stuff like that with their simulated football games. If that was made non-exclusive, then EA has to do something to do something like big with their football games to kind of stand out from the competition. But if they're the only ones making the games, why should they try? They have the exclusivity for so many years, if not extended for so many years. They tend to like lose some of that innovative drive and motivation to do something interesting and different.
Star Wars being under one development team, it sort of slows down its growth. It's got to allow like another development team to give it like a fresh breath of air and
Yeah, and even as a business aspect of it too, with Disney owning Star Wars franchise, if they were to like spread their license to other companies, Disney themselves would also make more money in the return as well,
yeah.
because now there's more movies out there.
Ubisoft is hopefully going to give us like a refreshing take on the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, we hope. We hope.
I wanted to point out too that they're also notorious for having like for being kind of greedy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
live
Like
service, microtransactions,
yeah. So they
and
also
now you need to sign up for their Ubisoft login program to even play the Star Wars game. Probably, I bet you.
yeah. So let's keep that in mind. Ubisoft doesn't exactly have like a good track record. They're known to have like kind of shady business
Yeah,
practices and stuff like that, and it's run by CEOs who aren't in touch with like people, and all they're thinking about is
the money
the
aspect.
money exactly. So that's like one thing that we should all be a little bit concerned about. The game isn't going to come out until 2023, so we still have a couple of years to look forward to of EA producing some Star Wars games.
See some teaser trailers and all that good stuff as well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they did a good job with Fallen Order and Squadron, so it's hopefully they'll try to continue the keep it rolling. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed our content, you can support us by liking and subscribing. And feel free to leave a comment down below. See you guys in the next video.